reason someone smiles, be the reason someone feels loved, and be the reason someone believes in the goodness of people. That was Marcus Aurelius. Hello, India. Namaste and greetings to our honorable delegates, dignitaries, and special guests from around the world. It is indeed an honor to share this platform to meet all you dynamic leaders and game changers. My sisters from South Africa, Roberta Naika, Vinu Govender, Renuka Mittal, and B. Hockland, I appreciate you. To all the speakers and to all the supportive men, I applaud you. Thank you, Dr. Bhatia and team, for hosting this prestigious event. Your Congress has been heard and grows bountiful. Observing the last 2 days, chatting to exhibitors, joining on activities, networking, and I am pleased to say that I can gladly take back home valuable information and hope to pave more pathways and open more gateways for many women. We are proudly part of the Smart Exchange, MICT, and proudly South African. Our platform educates, promotes, inspires, and exposes ordinary women and youth and small economy contributors, focusing on feeding hope back to ordinary people in extraordinary ways in the hope of creating sustainability. I say this with an ambitious drive, our youth, our girls, and our future leaders. A woman must be treated like a goddess. A woman is a foundation of every home and are now becoming the foundation of many leading brands. And I could argue this much. Our mothers were married off at puberty, barely 14 years old, and some as young as 12 or 13. Not many of these women could afford the luxury of completing school or even given the opportunity to attend college. Yet they have applied maths, physics, and their first language to everyday necessities to keep their families satisfied. These wonderful women created the best homemade antibiotics, the best face masks, and the best homemade flu and cold medicines. Do you agree that some could even sew and cook the best meals? Have you heard yourself many a time say that my mom has cooked the best meals, makes the best rotis, and my grandmother created the most tastiest masala chai? Yet when we rush off to our local supermarkets, we never wonder where these ideas were founded. It was founded from an ordinary woman, an ordinary grandmother, and an ordinary youth with a vision. To them, it was not rocket science. It was merely experimenting with the resources that they had in their homes, which they measured with their eyes and their hands. There are millions of women and youth who struggles daily to earn a living. They are skilled and some are knowledgeable. However, the lack of resources and due to financial constraints have not made it further than the backyard idea. Many are at home creating the best meals and the best products, yet are given very little to no support. I've met youth who have created handbags from recycled newspaper. Women that created jewelry from bottle caps and matchboxes. Grannies that quilted the best memory pillows and throws of deceased loved ones with their clothing. A disabled male started his own driving school. Ordinary people, a woman that was diagnosed with bipolar, cured herself by creating the edible mosaic. Not forgetting the aunt who earns a living from her backyard garden or her kitchen. I was inspired. Yet they still needed the direction of how the economy works, access to funders and financiers. I met women who were severely and repeatedly raped by their own father along with their sisters, and another raped by someone who was known to them. Both Zama and Sia Litata were brave women who stood up and spoke out. They created foundations to create awareness in their communities. I ask you, why and why are we not supporting ordinary women? She's only just a woman. Professionals who was abused yet stood tall in public. Recognized community leaders who shared a heartache of personal issues. These are some of the stories that I share which would inspire more brave women not to give up, to persevere through these barriers. Inspired Women is definitely not a funded project. It was my own brainchild, an idea of empowering and feeding hope back to ordinary women in the area, which now has targeted thousands globally. Creating a team of entrepreneurs and professionals who also saw this drive and initiative as mandatory contributes value to educate women and youth. It is a clear indication that startups, informal trade, women, and youth needs a lot of help. In saying this, I also began my journey in my backyard 12 years ago with a capital investment of just under 100 Rand. In your currency, 400 rupees or $7. It was definitely a struggle. The lack of exposure and valuable information to available resources contributed to my slow growth. However, I managed to meet a mentor and my guru, Vani Mudli, who took me out of my confined space. And when I saw this opportunity of building my entrepreneur mindset, I grabbed the opportunity and I ran with it. This led me to start Inspired Women after realizing that I was not the only one that faced the struggle. Working inland and rural, I crossed many paths with women and youth. Their challenges faced was enormous. Unemployment rate escalated. Women abuse, financial abuse, emotional abuse, mental abuse was increasing. In saying this, I encourage women and youth entrepreneurship initiatives and drives. This may not be the answer to solving a global unemployment problems. However, it is certainly proving to be an effective contribution to reduce many challenges faced daily in society. The role of big businesses and corporates, I call on you to join and include young entrepreneurs by assisting in the development of their skills and recognizing their abilities. The impact of supporting informal trade, small business women and youth entrepreneurs to grow their business will have an impact on employment. Knowledge is powerful. New jobs will be created. The reality, however, is that skills transfer and education is desperately needed deep in the rural areas. Some of the talents and the work I've noticed in poverty-stricken areas is definitely unique art. This is critical because our youth and women are our future leaders. Let's educate them and empower them. Supporting initiatives like these will be able to play an important role in promoting, encouraging women and young people to improve their lives and strengthen communities by becoming independent, and at the same time develop growth to sustain their homes and their life. It is vital that we encourage and support and buy from local. That means helping the citizen to obtain skills they need to become active, focusing on those who simply do not have the means or support to achieve their dreams. Unlocking and creating a positive environment where the dreams of millions of people who want to make an impact and start their own community enterprises can be realized. Facilitating training and skills transfer to women and youth on how to become responsible and accountable in daily life and business practices. A key initiative in the support of women and youth development will be to invest in programs which brings together leaders who are committed to action and improve sustainability of society. This would improve the quality of life and the standard of living for people in destitute, poverty, and need. Involve women and youth from local areas to implement community outreach projects and experience which may not only transform lives, but help youth and women develop their talent. Graduate some of the top achievers in programs that you host. By doing this, you are feeding hope and appreciation to the dedication to learn. Create short skills learning programs to assist students from poor rural areas to access some sort of tertiary education by providing information, building small colleges and campuses in the community. Some can't afford to move out of their community because of financial constraints. Having mobile or low-cost education facilities built in the area would promote tertiary education and increase employment in the area. Through the delivery of these synergies and innovations, we will build our youth and women with the right skills that they require to sustain them in the manner that encourages job creation, upliftment of the communities, and make a positive social and economic contribution. I am calling corporates and leaders globally to feed back hope to ordinary women and ordinary youth in our communities, as some of our mothers got their first job at the age of 45. Some enrolled for a diploma in their late 30s. Some learned to drive at the age of 50. Our grandmothers built their first dream house at the age of 65. Many of them still can't reach their dream. Let's join hands and grow our ordinary people around the world. There's a reason sometimes I chose my banner as inspired with an E, because women are unique. Nobody has a perfect life. Life is not perfect. I believe perfect is too boring. Your life, however, is a journey and definitely not a competition. The day you realize this is the day you will appreciate the finer things in life. Support women to speak out, speak up, and it's not taboo to let your voice be heard. You might uplift another woman along with you. Thank you.